Hi there. Welcome to another episode of Inspiring Women in Travel, Asia by Travel Daily. I'm your host today, Sumi Suryan from Phuket Hotels Association. And with me today, I am very honored to interview our special guest, Nidhi Gupta, and she is from Travel Boots. She is currently the global head of supplier partnerships and activities. Welcome to our show, Nidhi. How are you today?
Thank you, Sumi. I'm doing very well. Thank you.
Fantastic. So currently, tell us a little about yourself and also the company that you're working with.
All right, Sumi. So I consider myself as a people's person who likes to do the right thing. So I always have a plan towards my goal, and I never worry about any obstacles because I feel obstacles, always teach me something on the way. As you've mentioned, I had global supply partnerships and activities with travel bulls. With presence in Singapore, Hong Kong, Thailand, and India, we bring travel products for our travel partners globally. So my portfolio includes global hotel chains, contracting and relationship management, GDS and channel manager connectivities, connecting and managing XML in supply partnerships, and also the static and dynamic hotel and attraction contracts in various regions. So the company aims at bringing the products like dynamic packages to the travel fraternity, where you can create your own packages or you can customize the available packages. You can upgrade your room types, you can change hotels, you can add tours and attractions and meals. There's a lot of possibilities. You can print your itineraries and your vouchers real time and give it to your guests. So it's a fabulous system. If you're not already there, go check out www.travelbooks.com.
Fantastic. I had the opportunity to quickly check it out as well. It's really interesting how innovation comes into play as well on how you package the items together. So as I hear you describe a little bit about what you do, so there's a lot of I guess dealings with clients, yes, negotiations. So what are the challenges that you find that you could share with us, and some tips that would help us go through some of these business dealings?
Actually, our industry is all about relationships. If you are being genuine at what you're doing, it's very simple, straightforward. You have to connect with somebody, you have to tell them what you can do for them, and you deliver what you've committed. So if you are somebody who's delivering every single time, people will work with you. In terms of the patriarchy or the male society, I think I have come across amazing people as well. I've been lucky that way. I don't have challenges with people or men in the decision-making capabilities. So, I mean, I'm absolutely doing great with people around me.
Wow, fantastic. I could really hear your passion coming through as you describe
Yes.
it. But that also goes like, I'm sure you choose the company that you work with that aligns with your value, because you making it sound like, I mean, obviously we all believe in the product that we sell, and also the company vision to be working with them. So I really applaud you for that. And having said that, if you love what you do, you're not really working, you're just having fun.
Yes.
And the results will speak for itself.
Absolutely.
So tell us about, and I'm sure the audience would like to know as well, so how did you fall into the hospitality and tourism sector?
Well, it's a very interesting story, Sumi. So I was an 18-year-old girl wanting to become an air hostess. And one of my batchmates appeared for an interview in a hotel and wanted me to accompany with her. So it all happened accidentally. I went there, the HR manager pushed me for an interview, and I got lucky. So that's where I started my hotel journey. I was hired for reservations. That was my first profile. And eventually, while I was pursuing my air hostess 1-year diploma, along with my graduation, I was also working in that hotel. And after a year, once I completed my 1-year diploma for becoming an air hostess, I could actually understand that I am meant for something more meaningful, which actually hospitality industry gave me. I was not meant to become an air hostess, and I'm happy that I chose the right path. So eventually after that, I was always hired by hotels. I don't remember when I had actually applied for a job and sent out my CV asking for a job. It just so happened people approached me, and I've been working with some amazing people, in my career. I'm still in touch with everybody. It's the industry has given me so many good people and so much of learning. It's been an amazing journey. I'll be completing 20 years, as you just mentioned. When I reflect back, it's just a happy space with lots of learning, lots of good friends that I made. And then my journey from hotels to travel was amazing. It just opened my horizon. I could not just work with one hotel, two hotel, but thousands of hotels across the globe, which really changed the way I work or I think about people in general.
Wow, it's quite amazing. Just goosebumps
Yeah.
listening to it. It's being at the right place at the right time. I think
Right.
it's really meant to be
Yeah.
that you are where you are today. You talked about working with amazing people. Tell me a few of the mentors that you've come across that helped you grow into the person that you are today and helped you learn all the tricks in the books for the industry.
Okay, I'll name two people who've been my bosses. One is my current boss, Mr. KD Singh. He's my mentor. I will always, fondly remember him in future, like a man from future, I call him, because he inspires me to ace the game every single time, to be ready for what's coming. He's taught me how to preempt things and just be there for things and be ready for what it is. And the second person I would want to name is Mr. Chris Bailey. He used to be vice president sales with Centara Hotels, and he gave me an opportunity in Thailand for the very first time to join his sales team. So I learned a lot how a corporate office in hotels work, how all the RFPs are done, how difficult situations are managed, how everything is done so professionally. I think he's been a great support as well there. So there are a lot of people, I think if I talk about the names here, we will run short of time.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, this industry is full of people who inspire you every single day with their actions, with how to treat people better and not just focus on what you want from them. You should always focus on both sides when you're negotiating on a table.
Completely see your perspective as well. And I think I'm one of those few people that are also very lucky to come across great mentors. And I think they're the ones, that have faith in you and push you to your limits. And sometimes you wonder, wow, that's really tough. Do that person have to be so tough for me? But in the end, I'm like, wow, these are the lessons that I've learned. And they cared enough to actually, give the time and effort into teaching you. Yeah. And do you see yourself having that role as well after 20 years? And what are the lessons that you are imparting that you're sharing from what you've learned in your journey?
So I think being patient with people is the key. You got to listen to them because their challenges, their world is very different than yours. You don't have to see everybody from the same glasses. You have to get to their level to understand their challenges and be with them. You need to give your learnings, that have come to you from people. You have to impart those learning to people. You need to be a motivation source for everybody around you. That's how it works. If you keep taking motivation and not reflect it or radiate it back, people will be demotivated around you. I think the office environment that I always believe in is just be there for people. At least listen to them, what they have to say, and try to solve their issues, try to, get into the depth of situation and see what or how can you change their life, what can you really do for them, genuinely, because they're your people. As I said in the beginning, I'm a people's person, so I always like to see happy faces around me.
So
Yep.
what are the coping mechanisms that you use personally to help remotivate yourself?
All right. So if I'm at work, I will have a chat with somebody. I will talk to somebody. Venting out is important. So if you keep it to yourself, then it's inside you and it always triggers you. It's always good to talk to somebody who's your mentor or somebody who can guide you better. But if the situation is not that big, or if it's nothing to be talked about, maybe, I would just focus and do something which I love to do.
Good, good. And you manage a big team as well, I would imagine. So how many divisions or people under your department?
So I'm in a dual role in the company. As I mentioned, I had the supply partnerships and contracting. So anything relating to buying any kind of travel products, on negotiating anything is under my portfolio. I've got a team of data entry and contracting managers in all the office locations, as I just mentioned. So approximately around 30 people. And apart from that, the Thailand office is also part of my portfolio. So I had the office here. And we've got 25 people here in different departments. So there are MICE operations, FIT operations, finance. We've got technology based here, and contracting.
Wow. So you deal with multiple cultural differences as well. You talked about mentors, you talk about values. So what are the key values that you hold quite close to yourself and that you sort of like remind yourself from time to time that will keep you going as well?
Yeah, I think learning is important. So your life teaches you everything every single day. In fact, if the day is tough, smile at it and just accept what's coming to you, because that will teach you something which you didn't know how to do before. For me, I think motivation is the key. I like to keep myself motivated every single morning. When I wake up, I'm super motivated, charged up to come to office. You can tell that from the way I smile. I don't get irritated. I don't scream. I have my patience levels to the extreme power 100, because that's how you can manage people. And that's how you can get things done quickly as per how it is supposed to be done. That's number one. Number two, I like to be with people, as I mentioned. So people is your strength. I don't let them down. I don't let them fall off. Keep them intact with you, no matter what it is, no matter how the situation is bad. We've come out of COVID. Travel industry has seen the extreme possible times, and our people were still intact. So that's another thing, very, very important. Number three, knowledge. uh, Everybody who comes into your life comes along with some experiences, some knowledge to impart to you. I think I have always been the first one to grab that as a curious kid. I've always remained that way, and I would love to remain that way.
So tell us about how you balance all this. I mean, sometimes, you may not get all that in a day or a week or a month.
And I like to cook sometimes. So whenever whenever I'm looking for answers within, and I want to be silent, I'll switch on some music and I'll cook in my kitchen, something nice. So that helps, because cooking is what I love to do, and eating nice food everybody loves anyway. So that's one thing. And then sometimes I go for long walks to stay fit, and just talk to myself, have a little chat with myself. You need that time to yourself. I like to sleep a lot, go out with friends. Mine is a very simple, straightforward life. So I would say on weekdays when I'm in office, it's work. And work is an amazing thing for me. I just it works like a medicine, because I just love it. I just love what I do. On weekends, it's mostly sleeping, cooking, stepping out, doing household things, just the simple things, you know.
Fantastic. As we wrap up and come up to the end of our session, I'd like to ask one question. As the show is about inspiring women in travel Asia, what's your key learning?
I would say it is okay to fall and stand again. You know, no matter how tough it is, just go on, because you were built strong by God. You built strong. So be your own source of motivation and radiate for others. You don't have to think. Just go on. Just do your best. There is no right and wrong.
That is so true. My actually still one of my mentors, and he always tells me, like, we still make mistakes. We're human. We're not bulletproof. No matter how experienced or seasoned we are, we still do make mistakes. And he will always say, that's the only way you learn. So there's
Correct.
always a positive way of looking at things. Even, if you fall, you can always get up, and you get up stronger and better and wiser as well.
Exactly.
So yeah, thank you, Nidhi, for such an inspiring session today. And it certainly boosted my day. And it's really lovely to connect with you. I think part of what I love about doing these interviews are meeting incredible leaders in the industry and women like yourself. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to interview you today.
Absolutely loved the experience, Sumi. Thanks for inviting. Have a fabulous day ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.